Did you know buying a secondary property in Dubai can be very easy? Most people tend to make big mistakes when buying properties here in Dubai. In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step process on how to buy a property in Dubai. So let's get started. The first key point you should always take into consideration should be the budget. It's always advisable to have that key discussion with your wife, your finance, your family members, your friend, or whosoever that is involved in this purchase. It's very key. I've seen a lot of buyers that will come into the market, inquire on property, and at the end of the day, they cannot purchase. Why? Because the budget was not sufficient. The second key point should be choosing the right location that fits your needs. And also choose the right broker that will guide you through the process. This broker will help you do your market analysis. They will choose the right unit for you, right price at the right location. For sure, you can't do everything yourself because that agent has all the information that even if you search for weeks in the market, you will never get. The analysis should be well detailed. You should be able to understand every single detail that the agent is providing. If there's a way in which you should always visit the area, visit the area. It's important, it's key, so you know exactly what you're buying. Sometimes they will tell you it's a single row, and when it's handed over, it's not a single row. This happens mostly on offline resale. It's very important. If there's a way you can ask for a permit from a developer to visit the area, it's very important. Visit the area yourself. You know exactly what you're buying. After choosing the right property, it is a must to provide a 10% deposit check. This 10% deposit check should be on the name of the seller. It shows the seller that yes, you are serious to purchase this property and you are willing to finalize immediately. The check should always be held by your broker, you the buyer. You should provide a physical copy of the deposit check to your broker. This same physical check will be handed over to you on the day of the transfer. That means the check cannot be cashable. It will be blocked, which simply means you cannot back out of this deal. If you back out of the deal, the 10% deposit check, 80% of that deposit check will go to the seller as a source of compensation for wasting his time, and 20% will be given to the agent as a compensation for his time as well. So once you're signing the property, know that your deposit check is blocked. After this, you should provide the following documents to your agent: your passports, your Emirates ID, your visa copy, your phone number, your email, and your home address. These documents will be used to create the contract B and the contract F. Contract B is between you and the agency that is helping you along the journey. The contract F is bounding you into an agreement between you and the seller. It will contain all the information of the property, the terms and conditions, the number of the check, all will be included in the MOU. Now, from this step, you should be aware that purchasing a property simply do not come with the purchase price of that property. There are other fees involved, such as the 4% DLD fee, you have the 2% agency fee, you have the trustee offer, which is a transfer fee, usually 5,250 or 4,250, depends on the area in which you're going to. Some agency as well will charge 5,000 for conveyancing fee. Conveyancing, they are the ones to handle all the paperwork until the day of the transfer. Now, after when the contract A, the contract B, and the contract F is signed, you will go to the next step, which is the NOC. The NOC is simply a document issued by a developer to the seller with proof 100% that the seller is eligible to sell a property. Now, on the day of the NOC, both the seller and the buyer must be present. The final stage should be the transfer. The transfer always takes place at the trustee office. These offices are controlled by the Dubai department to ensure that all transactions are monitored and happen smoothly. Before going for the transfer, it's always key to send a picture of the checks that are to be issued to the Dubai Land Department, to the seller, agency fee for the 8 hours prior to the transfer. This is to make sure that all mistakes can be regulated before the transfer date. And on the day of the transfer, the seller and the buyer must be present. When the transfer is done, you should always wait 30 to 45 minutes, and the new title deed will be issued on your name. And congrats, you've just become a new owner of the property here in Dubai.